Hey, this is Tesla Tycoon. Tesla is currently $325. Where's it going next? So when I look at the chart here, I look at yesterday's chart, and well, 2 days ago, we made a higher high from a few, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, whatever. We made a higher high a few days ago, right? From the previous lows, we made a large reversal once we came out of the reverse channel. We're back bullish. Okay, it's moving, it's moving. Now, where does it hit? Hits about 338, 34. Let's say 330, 335, 340. Okay. What happened here? Resistance about 325. Now we're about at 325. Now this is new support. 325 is going to be the new support. Or closer to, they're going to try to fake you out, maybe 320, 322, basically 320, 325. And then where are we now? We made a low, but it wasn't a lower low from the previous run. So we moved up. The high is about 330, 340. And where do we break? We broke off of 315, 320. That's the low. And then where did we go? We went 310. But that's actually before the manipulation. If you kind of look right here, about 310, it makes sense. And then if you look at where we are now, 332, 332 is above the previous, kind of like the previous low, previous high, whatever. 320 was like 330, and we went to 332. So we made a higher high, higher low, higher high. So if we make another higher low, which means we hold this base right about here, 320, as I said before, about the previous resistance, about 320. Hopefully we just keep holding these levels here, about 320, and we make a newer high above this from 332. We'll make a higher move, but so far we'll see what that means, because the base here, 312 to 335, is 10 to 3%, so roughly 7%. And then we have here 3 to 10%, roughly 7%. So we can tell the manipulated move, the large amount of money moving the market, is roughly 7%. So if we go down to 7%, right where we are now, 7% plus this will be, no, it'll be about 3% above 335. So we go to 335 plus 3%. Next resistance about 345, 350. All right, so am I going to sell a covered call here? Maybe I shouldn't, because why? We might have some more chop, but if we're still bullish, 350 minus 335 or 330 where we are now, it's $20. $20 times 211, that's 4,200 difference. So I'm not going to sell a covered call because it can potentially go up decent amount for me, a few percent. And yeah, that's about it. Margin very dangerous, but gonna buy one more share. 342.60, 212, 72. Let's buy one more share. $342.52. Okay, so 73K. Got 73K. Very dangerous to have 18K margin. Why? Because a $32,000 margin buffer is like 40%. If the stock drops like 40%, let's say 330 minus 40%, it would, let's say 45, whatever, 35. Yeah, if the stock drops to like the really low 200s, it's gonna probably force sell some shares, which is gonna be ugly. But I would imagine we're far away from that. Well, we're not far away from that. I guess if this has some real serious news and we just can't break this like 350 area and it really bounces, it goes to like 275, breaks 275, goes to 240, 230. But and then there would probably just be a real serious dip buy at like, 220, 210, 215. But most likely, I doubt that will happen. But if it did, it would be pretty ugly. But either way, yeah, 73,000. What do we have here? We got a 342 plus 15%. 20% would take us about 25%. I think resistance would be, 25%. 73,000 plus 20%. Yeah, probably about 20. Could make a nice 15, 20 grand. And that's kind of it. And you do a lot of analysis. You're like a dog. When you're a young dog, when it's a puppy, because I take care of dogs, I know how they think. I know how they relate to things in this way. They're very wild and crazy. They have a lot of potential. So once you get, you're going to be wild and crazy in the stock market, but you got to be very calm in your actions. The most successful stock market portfolios ever are from dead people because they just bought and they just never sold. So it's like, yeah, is it, should you be trying to time things in the short term? Not really. But if you're up here, maybe, you don't want it. But why are you even buying up here? Because you're like, oh, it's going to go up here and I'm just going to be a long-term holder. And then it freaking did a massive dip. And you're like, oh, I just lost, 480, let's say 500 to 250. Like I just lost 100%. I just lost my entire portfolio. I just lost 70 grand, right? 50 grand, whatever. I lost all my money. But hold up. What happened? Oh, let's do so. 5 years. Oh, okay. Oh, it kind of did catch over here. Oh, there's resistance, support right here. Oh, manipulation at the base. Oh, at the base, manipulation, support. Okay, maybe we should hold. And if it goes lower, maybe we should buy the dip because this looks like a serious dip by here. Okay, and if you did that, wait a minute. Oh, you're back up to 350, 360 a share. It really went to 370, high 370s, but hey, looking okay. About those 2 shares, they're up 0.25%. Yep. So this is how I do it. So I am in a shit ton of margin, and I said honestly, after why did I buy these extra 13 shares for 13 times 330, an extra $4,000 of margin, which I probably shouldn't do because I'm like, nah, man, it's because it looks good. I'm slowly adding to the position because it kind of looks good. I hope I don't get faked out. I don't think I will, but I might back down to a crazy support of 270 or something. That'd be awful, but 260, 265, that'd be awful, but I hope it doesn't happen. I don't think it will. And the upside, so that I roughly know the downside. I know the downside could be pretty bad, and that's why I'm trying to get out of these 100 shares, but I don't want to sell the covered call yet because it looks extremely bullish in the short term. It's like we're in a reversal right here, and on the 3-month, in a reversal in the short term, right? And right here, you'd be in a reversal in the short term. You'd be right here. So are you going to sell right here? It's basically what people are doing. They're like, oh, resistance. Oh, 340 resistance. Watch. It's going to pop to watch. It's at 328 right now. 328 plus what? 5% is 345. 5% will take us to above here. You'll now be extremely bullish because look, strong resistance 345. If you go to 345, 5% gain, what do we just do? We literally just had, where's the day start? We had 7, we dropped 5% and then we gone up 5, 6, 7, 8. We went up nearly 8%, 7%, and now we're pulling back a little. So there's a lot of energy, a lot of manipulation, a lot of money, a lot of volume. And I don't need to look at the goddamn volume candlesticks, a million line graphs. You can kind of just figure it out just by watching the stock. If you've been watching it for long enough, like I feel like I have. And then eventually, you start putting your money where your mouth is and, hey, maybe you're right. And so far, I've been right pretty consistently. And it's like, okay, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. You gotta ride the wave. But it's so gorgeous. Look at this. People would draw a line right here. Can you do charting on here? You probably can. candlestick, whatever. Okay, so you can see here what these lines mean. So the blue one, MA 100, 100 a moving average. The average is moving on 100. So that's like a super like deal right there. So that's like 308. Okay, we bounced off of that basically, or that was resistance. We went under this. People basically said, "Oh, 300 and what's crossing? What is that? The 200 moving day cross." And it's like, "Oh, 200 moving day. It's 305. Oh, we got to." Okay, people probably tried shorting the market because look at this. It's like an average just going above the resistances here, and it's like people thought the bears were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna short the market there." It's like, dude, you guys are idiots. Look how it's this. Look how strong the way the move manipulated so high to the upside tells me that it's potentially going to. I mean, look at the 5-year. Look where we are on the RSI, or on the 1-year RSI. It's like kind of in the middle. And when you have tons of volume, and it's like, so we're basically right here, right? So we just had tons of volume, and now we're pulling back, or we had tons of volume to the downside, tons of consolidation, and then and then higher high right here, sideways, higher high, and then do we make a higher low? We made kind of the same low. We didn't really make too much of a higher low here, consolidated. So right here was your chance to get out, sadly. And that was kind of showing that resistance was back up here. This was showing that resistance back here, some shit. And then, I don't know. It kind of, I mean, you don't like all, that's why you don't really even need to follow all this fucking, the charts, the bullshit, man. This is, you're going to day trade. Yeah, I had a friend doing crypto. He's like, dude, I made a couple thousand on crypto. And then now he's looking at a goddamn 1 minute chart. Candles moving every 1 minute. Like, dude, get out of here. 1 second chart. Yeah. It's not. Why would you want to be in something that is so dangerous to where it's going to like 1 second it's there, 1 second it's not? You want to look at something on the 3 month, 1 year, and what does that mean? 3 month, 1 year. That means the last 3 months, the last 1 year. This is the chart formation, the chart, how the algorithm, or how people say, oh, it's an algorithm. Yeah, either the algorithm or how the computer's been buying and selling, the manipulation, whatever you want to call it. And patterns don't always repeat themselves, but they do often in the short term. Why? Because it's computer. And why does math and all this technicals and little percentages and all this shit work? Because these motherfuckers, they sell like 1 trillion, buy 1 trillion back. Oh, that's a 6% move. Oh, 6%. The diagraph, we're going to double it here. Now we can make a 12% gain. It's like, okay, you don't need all these crazy Fibonacci retracements. I mean, you can use it. Watch all these guys. It's fine. But I'm like an ADHD person. I don't like. I'm gonna hyper focus on some goddamn line graphs, and then the market's gonna change. It's like, no, I'm just gonna go all in on one stock. What's crazy? I was sitting in bed in Las Vegas a couple of years ago, and when Tesla was at like 207, I was like, I'm gonna take some profits. I sold my entire position right here. Must have had a couple hundred shares like I do have now, but at this price, so I'd be up 100%. So maybe I'd be at like $60,000 right now, and then I don't know, who knows where I'd be right now, but this is where I am now. 5K, not bad, kind of the same as it's been doing. So let's see. My chart has been like Tesla's chart basically, but I've been kind of trading it similar. So let's see if I can beat Tesla's chart. So in the last 1 month, 5%, 4.5%. This is not accurate. Well, I guess 3 months, 74%. Huh. I have double the 3 month because I guess I did an insanely risky day trade, and I did a little bit of shorting. Right, I don't know. But this video is long enough. You got the gist of it. Right now, where are we? If you don't have a position, it's not extremely oversold, like under 300. So DCA, as in, like if you can afford 10 shares, buy one. Or if you can afford one, buy a quarter of a share, and then wait next week. See, don't like if it goes down or up 1% or 2% or a tiny bit, you don't need to react on that. When you get a high percentage move to the upside, you're going to be fear of missing out. You're going to have FOMO. I should have bought heavier the previous dip. Maybe I should have. But also, are you overextended now? Oh, now you're going to buy, and then it pulls back, and then you want to just forget all this bullshit and just look at it. And are you comfortable with having a certain amount at the current price? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, buy it a tiny bit. I'm not a financial advisor. You're not either. That's probably why you're watching me. And go with the flow. Gets a lot lower. Have enough to DCA all the way down to 0 if you can. But on a SPY, when you look at SPY doesn't fluctuate much. Maybe on a given day, like a regular, weekly, daily, whatever. Literally 1 to 3%, 0.5% if you're lucky, couple percent if you're lucky. Per weeks and months, couple percent if you're lucky. So, with that being said, when you see a serious dip on SPY, it's kind of a no-brainer to buy. But by the time the dip is serious on SPY, the rest of the market and all these other names are probably dipping, and your money is only able to be spread so thin. So deploy your cash extremely slow, or understand you're going to have to hold through insane volatility with losing tons of money. I was down on Tesla stock for 2 years because of COVID. You think I'm gonna, this method works. This method works. This method works. What I was doing, right? I was trying to make my money back, and then COVID forced negative manipulation into the market to crash it. Like crashes in like more than 10, 11 months. Usually a market crash, or I hate when they use the crash correction, all this bullshit, because it doesn't mean shit. It's, market could be down for a week, could be down for 2 years, but it could also be down for 2 days. So we don't know. So you look at Tesla, and people will be like, the market's crashing, dude. The market's crashing. You're like, dude, or the market's gonna go to the moon. It's like, is it though? Is it there already? By the time it's there, if it's at the moon, it's probably overbought. You should be probably trimming, man. Or trimming. When I say trimming, I mean you're giving yourself more cash to protect yourself from the downside. You're kind of hedging your bet. And when it is going down, and you don't want to be selling when it's down, and then you have to, confirm your biases by do some constant research or listen to guys like me. Like right now, the sentiment, I think, on Tesla, Elon, it was kind of bad. It was choppy, but now it's good again. Now he's out of the limelight. I knew this was going to happen. Now he's out of office. He's not, on the news every once in a while. Like, all these, Democrat media, whatever, they hate him, whatever. All press is, all publicity is good publicity for certain celebrities and shit. And then I knew that it's crazy. I knew this shit was happening as it was happening. Trump and Elon fighting, and I'm like, dude, yeah, they're doing this shit. Once I saw Elon start posting, X is now the number one in Saudi Arabia, number one in Australia, number one in blah, blah, blah. Dude, it was a fucking publicity stunt. He's trying to get attention, man. He knows the methods. He's a fucking meme kid. He's literally a 250 IQ IRL. Like, he's a genius person. That's a nerd. Meme kid. He does whatever the fuck he wants. People thinking, Elon, he doesn't think like you. You have to be like me. You gotta be a tiny bit on the spectrum, even 5-10%. Higher intelligence, whatever it is, abstract type of thinking, to understand how these guys think, these billionaires, these geniuses. And I watch a lot of these podcasts, different people. Hey, I've seen guys that are billionaires, and there's tons of billionaires that are investing in a Tesla stock. It's truly amazing. Hey, stop it. Sorry, it's a small dog. She's attacking the big dog because she's scared of him, but he's not doing nothing. Hey. So, before I end this video, I know I've been stopping a couple times. I think what I'm going to do here is wait until end of day. So we'll see. So right now it's looking good. Strong momentum, strong volume. Right here at the hip here, 320 and 332. If we get a nice move of, let's see. Hey, 320 plus 5%. Will only take us to 336. That's nice. Nice previous resistance. Okay. 10%, 352. So if it's it takes about 352, 360. So resistance is about 360. It's a little bit, okay, 350. So I think we're going to have a roughly 12% move in the upside or downside coming up. 330 minus 12%. Yeah, so we're either going to go down to 290 or 270, 260, 275, which is resistance. And please go to, 275, 375. 375 minus like 343, my average. I mean, that'd be 32 times 212. That'd be a nice little six, 7 grand plus the 7 grand that I made so far in the account. That should be 14. I should be up like 14, 15K. But it's like, so you need to have like a vision and yeah, you really have to know what you're doing. Like the way to make money in the stock market is to not lose money. Warren Buffett says the number one rule of making money is to not lose it. And you guys got to remember that. Before you do anything, am I probably going to lose money on this trade? Is there a better place to put the money? What the fuck am I doing? So you look at something like, oh my goodness, hold on, let me look at this. Oh, 16%. Yeah, it's looking nice. You look at something like Neo stock, for example, right? So why did I buy this? Because I just got in the market, and this was like a couple of years ago, right? Just got in the market, and I'm like, oh yeah, man, everyone's putting their net worth. I'm talking to older guys on Discord and stuff. I'm like 24, 22. I just turned 27, but talking to older guys on Discord with a couple 100,000 accounts. My account's what, 12K, 8K? It's like my account was like 15K, and I put in like 20 or 25, and I put in like, I'm down like 10, or I'm like down 50, 60% on my account, and these guys are like, dude, it's like right here. It's like, or the stock is like right here, right? Or like right here, or the stock is like right here. It's chopping around, and these guys are just saying, fuck it, man. Just you make a bunch of money, and we were making tons of money. I was doing sideways type of options. I was credit spreads. What is it? A debit spread, credit spread. You can look those up. It's where the price needs to stay within a certain range, or it needs to be above. The stock price needs to remain above a certain price here and then under a certain price. And if it's within a range, you'll make money. There's different bullshit. Don't do the options. Only options I recommend, as I said in the previous videos, is the wheel strategy. That requires a large amount of capital because you want to put it on a safe company, and safe companies typically are not that cheap for 100 shares. And this one was, and I learned my lesson, $30, which is 30,000? 30, 45. Wait. Oh, 6,000. Yeah, okay. So, as I was saying here, before I nearly distracted myself, these dogs are going nuts. Hey, leave her alone, buddy. Sorry, the dog's a puppy. He wants to play with her. So, okay, if you'll be patient with me here. Okay, so the method here was, we saw a large move here and we were here. How do we know that the stock isn't just going to fly up like this and just keep going higher? How did I not know that was going to happen? Because I had some money. I knew about Tesla. I knew Tesla was the number one bait, pretty much. And I'm looking at NIO. I'm like, the stock price moves amazing, and the share price is so cheap, right? It was around like 20, 30 bucks right here. And, huge fluctuations, $40 to $53. What is that? 25%, 30 fluctuate, crazy percentage gains in a very short period of time. But how are the fundamentals? The fundamentals will tell you whether it's a long-term stock or not. And just looking at the goddamn chart. If you're looking at this and you're like, it's fucking crashing, and you're like, is this the first pullback? Is there enough retail and long-term buyers for this to come back up and chop? Apparently not. Apparently everyone just sold out and it was Chinese and it crashed. I was thinking, Chinese government, they can't, they artificially fuck up the numbers to make it to where it's like the company looks better than it is in the China because it's like communist, and they did, and it was looking good for a while, and then yeah, fundamentals. So they had, oh, we have interchangeable batteries. Neos are amazing in China, this and that, and there's a cool little company. But in reality, Neo's not the number one selling car; it's Tesla's. And Tesla ended up winning, and Neo kind of got crashed out. And let's look at Tesla real quick. No, that was an unhealthy chart. So look at the 5 years on this one. So the 5 year. So let's see. It looks similar on Neo. Stop looking right here. So it looks similar. It ran up here, right? Ran up. Looks similar. And then it ran in. And then what happened here? V shape. Very strong. The same similar momentum that shot this up. They saw enough momentum or whatever it is, buyers, to where they wanted to pump it hard. And they pumped it so hard, they basically sold a shit ton and made a fuck ton of money. And guess what? The stock wasn't really falling that much. There's tons of buyers, tons of buyers. Why? Because the vision, because Tesla, because AI, batteries, solar. It's not, this is a car full self-driving, and people have been talking about, Elon used to talk about, they would shit on Elon. There's no electric cars that are actually as good as a internal combustion engine car until Elon. There's no rockets being caught by chopsticks and being reused, saving billions of dollars, except besides Elon, besides until we got to him until he did it. Electric car. This guy literally made electric cars better than normal cars. And before, they're going to be like, oh, it's going to be a little electric piece of shit. Now shit's a fucking crazy race car. Make it beautiful inside, simple, not cheap, not too cheap, but cheap enough. All these things. And look at this. All right, so manipulation. Chop, it's getting like pushed up. Huge green candle. Like, what is this, man? Okay, 9 a.m. Let's go 0.17%. And look at this. Exactly 1 hour or an hour and a half. 9:10, or let's say, well, maybe he got in at yeah, look, this guy got in at 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 8, 9, 10. So 2 hours. Some 4. This guy pushed the market 4%, or maybe it was Elon. Who knows? Maybe it was inside. Maybe it's the algorithm. Whatever you want to call it. But it got pushed 4% in 2 hours. And then what happened? Oh, hold on. 4%. Oh, about 2% it pulled back, huh? So people had bought at 2%, right? So it pulled back about 2%. Huh. So what? You sold a half of your position and now it's at the half? Like, people think this is rocket science. I think it's more psychology. But, I mean, and this is a day chart. That's not even a weekly, monthly, whatever. This is just like, come on, man. Like, and all these. So when you look at these structures and the short structures and small, they kind of are similar to the large structures. So you can look at some of the large structures and help you to see where price can kind of maybe go. And guess what? It's even easier to do on an ETF like SPY or VOO, which is I like. And what is this? 347, 340, 345 roughly is about support. Let's see. You don't want to be buying a falling knife or whatever. That's just some fear-mongering bullshit people say, honestly. But resistance right here, 346. I mean, how close are we to this? 1% right here. So it's like, what, 0.25% higher than the previous resistance, which could be support. But there's not, how much support is there right here, though? There's not, I mean, there's a lot right here at 346. But when it broke down hard. So I think we need to get another, I don't know, we need to, I don't know, head and shoulder. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like we definitely need to, I don't know, revisit 500, 490, like before going higher. It just, I mean, I guess. Because, I mean, this is kind of, it's kind of hard to say what's going to happen with VOO here. Okay, I mean, you can say, yeah, I mean, 520, 506. I mean, yeah, I mean, if we can see a 510, and that's like, what? 513 to 548 is 6%. I mean, honestly, like if VOO pulls back, SPY pulls back like 3-4%, the rest of the market is going to pull back crazy. Like if that pulled back 4%, 4%, this can pull back probably to like cool little probably a lower low, honestly. Or probably just hopefully that will make us, go back to 275. But 275, Jesus, that's about 15% drop. And that's funny how it always moves in kind of 15% and 7%. So there's a 7, so 15. So basically 15, 7. Hopefully we hold this, get a nice little base right here. Well, 308, okay, there's enough. There's some, some buyers. Okay, let's say 330, bought back up. Okay, it's 330. So what's 7% from here, where we can potentially 330 see resistance? 7%, about 350, yeah, I think under 360. I think the psychological 360, 354. That takes us right here. So, but there's a decent amount of buyers. So let's see. 360 resistance, most likely a little under 360, a little over 360, maybe like 370. Yeah, I like that. 370. It's 12:30 right now. Let's do a covered call then on one for 370. $138. So we can make $280 in 7 days. Or 2 weeks out. $1,000 in 2 weeks. But if we don't want to sell in, okay. So our average 342 minus 370, 28 times 200. So we'll make 5,600 if it does sell. So 5,600 plus another $9 plus 900. Yeah, 6,500. So I'll be at 6,500 plus yeah, 65 plus like the 7 or 8K. So it'll probably be at like 14K if this does hit 370. Let's be safe and do a 400. Wait, but this is 2 weeks out. Do I want to be waiting 2 weeks? That's the thing. You have to put everything into factor before you actually do that button, before you do the buy or sell. Okay. Not really. Okay, so what was I saying earlier in the day? I was saying that, and if you made it this far, I enjoy that you guys are following the way I think and the way you can kind of see how I do things. Keep myself company. So where are we now? This is like a resistance point, right? So this is somewhere where bears are going to be trimming because they think it's not going to go higher. And yeah, I mean, it could. It would be ugly. It'd be ugly. We just had it. I guess it was kind of ugly. We were right here, 324, and then we fell down to 310. I mean, did I pick up anything under there? 324 to 310. I got 10 shares at 318, and then I greedily bought some now at 325. 331, I bought too much. Yeah, so I'm comfortable with selling a covered call around like because the average was like 360 for the 100 shares. Now my average, I think the true average really is 342. So, I mean, if I do one at 350, I'd be comfortable. I mean, this. 350 though is not. 7 days is a lot. Let's do a month out. 380. Let's do 342 minus 380. $38 plus 8. 38 plus 8. $46. 46. Wait, that would be times 2, right? So 9,200 in a month. I'm comfortable with that. And if I don't make the 9,200 in a month, I make 16. Yeah, 380 strike is cool, but I think we're going to hit more like 390. So I should probably put like, I think 395. I mean, there's a lot of buyers. I mean, if resistance really is like 380. Oh yeah, I was saying earlier, I need the market to pump into the end of the day so I can buy a short for next week. And I think that's what people are doing, honestly. Because look at this. They pumped it, probably bought some shorts, shorted it, made some money, and then they got pumped again. And they're like, oh, okay, we understand what's happening. Tighter, 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 tighter. And then until it's going to shoot down in one direction. Until it's going to revisit 320. Or it's going to, open even higher. Because this is 2% from where we are. 2%, 2%. So a 3% gain, couple percent, 332 plus 2%, plus like 2%, 1%, 2%, 3%. Maybe you get a 3% day, 342, make a higher high. And that would be bad for the option. If it was a month out, I'd be losing money in the short term. Okay. So if I do want to make money on the way down, if it does have some pullback potential. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Trying to see what this looks like. Honestly, this looks like manipulation. But it was more of like a strong slope. I guess, yeah. Manipulation to the downside. Some consolidation. Downside, some consolidation. And then more consolidation than people thought. Okay. So, okay, really want to tighten this range. So maybe we're going to have a support by we're going to go a little bit under 275. If we get a stronger manipulation, because there's more money in it, so there's more money that can go down. Yeah. 250, I mean... 250. I mean, 250, 260. So I do want to trim some around here. Okay, so I'm gonna do one. Well, I should do both. I mean, if I'm gonna sell it at around 400 anyways, let's do 35 days out, and let's do. Well, I think we're gonna do one sell here at 1200. Because do I want to wait a month though? A month, June, July. A month. $20 days. Yeah, 20 days, 900. Okay. But that's going to be worth so much more money tomorrow if the price is higher. So it's like, it's kind of hard to say what to do. Or it's like, look, what if we're getting some consolidation, right? What do? After the manipulation move, we're getting some consolidation here. This is like, even if we get the retail pop or the retail pullback like this, whatever it is, retail pullback like that, the pullback is probably going to be... They don't want it to go bearish, so it's probably going to 325. I mean, yeah, if 325 is the lower, the higher is probably going to be more like 330, 332, or maybe we make a new high, 335. Okay. Yeah, I think it's I think because the previous chop we just had, people are going to be inclined to try to short it because of the manipulation to the downside, but in reality, it's just going to go higher. And we'll see if my bias is correct or it's wrong. But yeah, see you guys in tomorrow. I'm not going to short it yet. Wait till it gets a little bit more overextended, closer to, yeah, a couple percent, man. 245, 356. I think under 360 is going to be hard. I think 360 is going to be resistance again. 365, a little higher high than 362. We go to 370 and then short it there. Like we're at 330 plus 10%, 12%. Yeah, it's about the 12% right there, or the 14%, about 375. Okay, and of course 375 minus 342, about $33 times 212 will make about 7K. I'll be up about 14 grand. That'd be gorgeous. And 14 grand is on the 1 year chart on my account. That would be about 10,000. That'd be like way up here. My chart would fly up. It'd be gorgeous, super high if I was up 15K. So I hope it gets there because it would look cool. Vu, it's probably a buy, honestly, but it probably is a. Nah, it needs more chop, man. That thing is. I mean, nah, the Spy is pretty irrational though, and it's been at this range for a while, and it made such a strong. Nah, I'm okay with. I think Spy is gonna chop more before really going higher. Fuck Spy. I'm not buying anything right now. Honestly, I probably should go like this. And here's one move I'm gonna make today besides those buys. So I bought a 340. I bought a 2 at 545. And let's sell those 2. Oh, can't be a pattern day trader, even though we have over a $25,000 account. 50,000 considered a pattern day trader. It's okay. It's okay. Won't do any moves here. And how's Roth doing? That I don't really add to. Roth is 35%, 67. Look, 23. They're just 1 year Roth IRA 70% gain. Just supposed to get 10% a year. It's supposed to be at 10%, just 7 times the market. Still at 3 times the market. Well, 2023, 4, 5. In 2 years, I'm at 35%. Still destroying the market with Tesla on the Roth. Kind of pretty funny. 47%. Yeah. Show the other positions if you want before the end of the video. I know I keep saying I'm going to end the video, but I will right now. Look at that there. The NVIDIA. Such a crazy average on NVIDIA, but I averaged in and I trimmed a lot just to get some Tesla, and it was a good idea because it was overbought, trimmed a lot on the spikes and whatnot. Boom, boom. Didn't really buy, didn't really hold, but bought Tesla through this period, and then now it's kind of back up, but Tesla's doing a little bit better, I think, but looking okay. Meta, 142%. Jesus. But yeah, Meta's freaking Facebook, so I should have been like, oh, that's a crazy manipulation move, to the downside, all the way to the base. I should have been buying at 500. That was a no-brainer, but already spent my money back then on Tesla. PLTR, only bought 2 shares of 176%. Jesus Christ. That's this one guy was talking about it. My average is $50. Jesus! I got a crazy average. It's like right here. I got a crazy average. So yeah, if the stock is in, so like if you're looking at this stock, you're like PLTR. Oh, it's 500%, 80%, 30%, 3 months. 12% in a week. I'm gonna put margin everything. I'm gonna make 1%. No, okay, look at it. Yes, the chart looks great, but check the fundamentals. Fundamentals are honestly really, really good, but the chart price, if it pulls back to here, or if it pulls back to the main consolidation right here, 70, before the manipulation, 70 to 67, and it's 137, you're going to have some pain. 137 plus 60%. Oh. Drops 50, 60%, you're going to have some pain. So that's why risk management, you only want to have so much money. But is everyone talking about PLTR? Do you see PLTRs on the road? No. You see Teslas on the road? Yeah. You see full self-driving coming in? You see X? You watch Twitter? Updated. This guy's talking about the Teslas, whatever. Breaking news. An official 320 executive plead guilty in fraud and bribery scheme. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. He's focusing a lot on SpaceX, which I don't really like, but he's coming back to the Teslas as well. But that's a 40, 400 plus price target. Hopefully, what's going to happen is people are assuming it's going to be 400 to 420, and that's going to be resistance around here. And instead of getting rejected around like 360, 370, 480, 380, whatever, 390, instead of getting rejected around here, we're literally going to make a manipulated move from 380. We're going to make we're going to do like a 250 to fucking 500. Oh my God. Like we're going to make like a 40% move or some shit. Yeah. It'd be, I guess we do a higher high from the previous move. but still get rejected by the highest of the year, which is 388. So we can look here. 52-week high is let's say 490 a share, $488.54. 52 weeks, which is a yearly high. Yearly low is here. And that's really scary how the yearly low is that low. That's insane manipulation. 100% gain is 300, so 350. So we are a little bit overbought right here. 300 support, 100% gain support. And yeah. So I guess the new move is 600 a share, I guess. I mean, I think we make the newer high, like this one guy was saying on the Stock Talk, fucking all this charting and bullshit. I think with the zigzag, I think he's right. This guy's saying we're going to chop around from like probably a range of, probably like 300 to 600. But before we get to the 600, first we need to get all the way to probably a range of like 410, 420. Above here, we need to go sideways in this era. We need to go sideways. I mean, we are going sideways, but we need to go more sideways in the highs, like 380, 370, 380. I mean, honestly, we kind of are in the short term. 360. We are going sideways at these highs, which is really pretty for the stock price. So, yeah, a higher push is going to look even more beautiful, and we get a nice little push to 370, 375. I sell a covered collar too. Like we're at 325 plus 10%, 15%. Nice little 375 or so. Sell a covered call. Oh my, that would be gorgeous. I mean, like selling a covered call at 375 when it is 375 is like doing it at 325. So if you did it like a month out, 325. Nice little 2,300, 2,500 in 1 month. And then like, and say it doesn't go above and you keep your shares, you're like, shit, that was crazy. Like if I sell 2. So you want to, for the covered call strategy, you want to own the shares. I mean, sounds crazy, but when you want to own the shares when they're cheap, because what happened when they were expensive, why didn't I short it over here? What did I do? I shorted like 3. Oh, because I shorted it too early. Right. I shorted it afterwards. I shorted like right here. I didn't want to take profit, and I held the shares. Maybe I did short a little bit, make a little bit, and I got out early. Yep, that's what happened. And then held through the drop, came back up. Now it's about back at the median, which means it's going to slowly chop up and down until it chooses a direction. It's going to go back down to the lower part of the range or the higher part of the range. Higher part of the range most likely because, well, not most likely. There's only so much, movement here in the past 3 months. But the year to date, it's also pretty bad. But there's so much consolidation that it's like we're kind of in the middle. I mean, we're kind of going to be chopping around here and slowly, hopefully, going higher. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, so far so good. Really healthy. Tons of chop and crazy levels here. It's nice to look at. All right, that's your video here. Hope you guys are just chilling, man. Certain days you're just, people come to me, oh man, you're just sitting at home all day doing jack shit. It's like, dude, I've been looking at fucking Tesla content for fucking 10 hours a day for the past 5 years, dude. What are you talking about? Like, I look like I'm doing nothing, but hey, speaks for itself, buddy. Oh, that's painful. Oh, wait. This is a year ago, by the way. 2025, April 8th, $26,000. Yeah, just down like 25 grand, no problem, down 25 grand. How am I going to make that back? Oh, pull it out. Yeah, man, just rich uncles, family members, stock market is gambling, don't do it. No. There's nothing to it. There's no way to predict this. Bro, then how the hell am I just lucky, just fucking chopping crazy? Is this luck that my 3-month chart is at 72% and Tesla's at like 30%? Or my past year is at 50%. Tesla's is at 70. I guess I should have just held the stack from a year ago. I probably would have made more money instead of, I should have just DC'd the whole way. But I mean, That's if you didn't trim. You didn't. The trick is to not sell your entire. The trick is to only sell a tiny position, tiny portion when it's overextended, and then buy a little bit back, and then buy a little bit back, and then, you know, overextended in the short term, whatever, trim. I don't know, buy a little bit back. It's so hard to time. But then I guess if you bought here and you're patient enough, you made the money back again here. It's like, so it's really, it does kind of work in the long term, but short term, it's very easy to fuck yourself if you don't know what you're doing. And most people don't. Even the people that they do still fuck themselves, because the area of like room you have to move within figuring this shit out is pretty thin. And with that margin, it's good enough, but it's thin, so you got to be careful. And that's that video for today. Tesla stock 101. Tesla stock market how to. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's free. See you in the next video.